Most people believe their financial future is decided by hard work, or intelligence, or income. That belief feels safe because it suggests the system is fair, but it isn't. There is one quiet decision that shapes your entire financial life. Most people make it early. Almost no one realizes they made it. You don't sign anything, no one announces it, nothing feels different in the moment. But years later, you feel it in stress, in debt, in limited choices, or in freedom. Modern money is not created the way most people imagine. Governments don't print it into existence. Banks do. When you take a loan, a mortgage, a car loan, a business loan, the bank doesn't give you existing money. It creates new money digitally, out of nothing. But there's a catch. Every dollar created comes with interest attached. That interest is never created. Which means, mathematically, the system always needs more debt tomorrow to pay for yesterday's debt. This isn't a conspiracy. It's basic accounting. And here's where the real decision enters. From a young age, people are trained, socially, culturally, financially, to solve every problem with debt. Education? Debt. Housing? Debt. Lifestyle gaps? Debt. Even emergencies are often financed with debt. At first, the system rewards this behavior. You get access, you get comfort, you get status. But what you're actually choosing is which side of the interest equation you live on. Interest is either something you pay or something you collect. Most people never cross that line, not because they're lazy, but because the system makes crossing it unintuitive, delayed, and uncomfortable. Let's look at the math people avoid. A 30-year mortgage doesn't just buy you a home, it commits decades of future labor. Not measured in hours, measured in obligations. Your job stops being about opportunity, it becomes about servicing fixed costs, and that changes behavior. People avoid risk. They avoid career shifts. They avoid starting businesses. They avoid saying no. Not consciously, structurally. Now contrast this with how capital behaves. Capital is patient. It compounds. It doesn't panic during downturns. It waits. People who understand this make a different early decision. They don't eliminate debt completely. They control how and why they use it. They prioritize assets that generate cash flow. They delay consumption. They stay liquid longer. Not because they're morally better, but because the math favors them. Here's the irony. Public culture celebrates consumption. The system quietly rewards restraint. Advertising tells you to upgrade now. Finance rewards those who wait. Social media glorifies lifestyle. Balance sheets determine freedom. And the longer you stay unaware, the harder the system pulls you inward. This is why financial inequality widens even without malicious intent. Two people can earn similar incomes. One becomes trapped, the other becomes flexible. Same system, different decision. Zoom out further. Governments carry record debt. Corporations roll debt indefinitely. Central banks manage perception as much as policy. Volatility is no longer an exception. It's the environment. In that environment, people locked into fixed obligations feel every shock more intensely. Those with optionality feel less. The decision isn't about timing markets. It's about positioning yourself relative to the system. Inside it, reactive, leveraged, fragile, or slightly outside it, buffered, adaptable, patient. Most people never consciously choose. They drift, and drifting in a debt-based system always pulls in one direction. So the real question isn't whether the system is fair. That debate goes nowhere. The real question is simpler and harder. At what point in your life did you choose convenience over flexibility? And did you realize you were choosing it all? Because once you see that decision clearly, you can never unsee it. And the system really hopes you don't.